Much love to every subscriber tapping into our interviews. If you ain't tapping in, you tapping out. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell for post notification and hit all. Enjoy the clip, everyone. China Mac, you tapped in with PPhilms. What's the word, man?
Ain't shit, you feel me?
Word.
Out here, back in New York, back in my home, you feel me?
Let's get it. I know we've been trying to line this up for some time, but like we said off camera, you know, right now, it's no better time than now right now, you feel me?
Facts, you called me at the right time, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Word. Listen, I want to start this off by saying, you know, thank you for coming on my platform and giving me the opportunity to help tell your story, all right? And here on PPhilms, we try to help the viewers get to know China Mac, the rapper, but also China Mac, the person. So there might be personal questions, but it's only to get the people who love you and what you do to get a better understanding of who you are on a deeper level, all right?
Alright, I appreciate that. Hell yeah.
No doubt. So I think it's only right we start off with, you know, the obviously the biggest story right now with you with you and AD. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, having a disagreement which eventually led up to y'all meeting up and fighting one-on-one, you know. But first I want to know, like, how did y'all meet up? Like, how did you first meet AD?
I first met AD, I went to a party that my boy Nam threw,
Yeah,
and he invited me and shit, so I pulled up there and he was there.
gotcha.
And that's how I met him. And that's where we had the initial conversation and all that too about the Mac Eats episode and all that.
So y'all discussed that, and then did he give like an indication like, yo, I'm gonna do it, or was it kind of like insinuated or something?
I mean, to me, yeah, he said
Yeah.
he was gonna do it. That's what I recall. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, whatever he recalls, you know, things get lost in translation, I guess. But to me, he said he was gonna do it.
He was gonna do the Mac Eats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then what happens next?
Then I hit him, and he gave me a number. He ain't never respond. So
Okay.
I hit him like 2 times. He ain't respond. So I'm just counting that as I ain't gonna chase a motherfucker. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if you say you gonna do it, then you don't. That's that Hollywood shit anyway. People do that all the time. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know, I really wasn't stressing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Then I saw, you know, he did a food show, and it was basically, you know, what we spoke about.
You know what's crazy? I was watching his, because he said his side on Adam 22. He was like, well, Adam was like how he's always changing his number. AD's always changing his number, so that could have been a wrong number. You know what I'm saying? This time around, was it a different number or was it the same number?
Nah, he gave me a different number.
Okay.
Yeah, but my number had changed too. So
Mm.
you feel me? My number had changed too since then. But I thought I had gave him the other number, but I guess I called him. So
Yeah.
you know how I was in the midst of change. I was in the midst of changing. So what happened was I had my phone number, my real phone number,
Yeah.
but I had broke my phone, so I had to get a whatchamacallit phone, like a backup phone.
Yeah.
And then I had forgot that that when I called him, it was with that phone because it was only for like a week that I
Okay.
had that phone. I called him, and I guess that was the mix up and shit.
Got you. And then when y'all did when he wasn't reaching out, I know you try to. You know what I wanted to know, like, why didn't you go through Nam to get to him instead of like going to the internet? What made you take that route as opposed to hitting up Nam, since you said he was the one that linked y'all together?
Well, I did say something to Nam. You feel me?
Oh,
But
okay.
he said he gonna hit him, but you know, I never heard anything back. So I was just like, all right. And then I seen that, so I'm just like, oh no, I took that as like a clear, like, disrespect. You feel me? Like I felt
Gotcha.
like he just. So after that, I'm not gonna go to nobody else after that, cause
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying. That's like if you did something to me, I'm gonna check it with you. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to involve anybody else in there. But maybe I should have. You know what I'm saying? That's the way to do things out there, I guess, like the politics and shit. So, you know, but I just felt like, you know, I had an issue, so I addressed it myself. And since I couldn't get to him on the phone or something, and I just was like, fuck it. Then we might as well take it the way I know you gonna see it now.
Yeah. Word. When you made the video, what was your goal?
Um, my goal was to basically to like, cause I felt some way.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah,
I felt
yeah.
a way. You know what I'm saying? So it was either I just wait, and then I see him, and then. But then if I see him, it's not gonna be like a one-on-one thing. It's not gonna be like, it's gonna be like I'm in his city. That's the only time I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna see him in the party and some shit like that.
Yeah.
And you know, I felt like it was just better to like just call him out like there. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
And then like, you know, just get whatever I had to get off my chest, and you know, basically, yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel you. And you know, I know you did talk about it. It's just some of my subscribers like, ask him this. You know how it goes. Like they want you to ask the same thing. But at that point, you know what I'm saying? At that point, what did he tell you he felt like was, I guess, the thing that you said that made him feel like, all right, we ain't even gonna talk about it no more. I'd rather just fight. Or was it you who kind of called him out to fight, or did he feel like what you said was enough for him to, was what prompted him to fight?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay.
It was really, Nam told me like, yo, he want to get it with you now because you called him out and shit. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, then let's get it. You know what I'm saying? We might as well. Fuck it. We don't get it then. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I know, you know, I'm in a whole nother person's city and shit. You know what I mean? And it could get tricky, but I also know that I'm plugged in too. You feel me? It wasn't like I just walked there and I ain't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? I know a bunch of people too. A bunch of people love me and respect me over there too. You feel me?
Yeah.
And people ain't gonna allow, you know, shit to get, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm just some random dude, like some, you know, so everybody made sure that it was gonna be fair. You feel me? So as long as it's fair, then I'm with it. You feel me?
Yeah. Got you. That was my question though, because I'm like, yo, you in a whole nother city, like what? And you just answered it. I was gonna be like, what made you feel comfortable that he was gonna even honor the whole one-on-one? I know you said both of y'all decided we're gonna meet up, but everybody brings one person. You know what I'm saying? What made you feel comfortable to even trust that?
Well, I know Nam, and Nam he situated that.
Oh, okay.
So he told me like, yo, bro, like I'm gonna make sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure everything is valid.
Yeah.
And you know, you come with one person, don't bring no cameras. You know what I'm saying? If anybody turn on the camera, we gon', you know, they gotta get it. You know what I'm saying? So he understood that, you know, we had to get something off our chest, and he ain't want to make it go anywhere else. You feel me? So much respect to Nam for, you know, for you know, orchestrating that correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, after the fight, you know, we see the video where y'all shaking hands and everything, and saying everything is cool. What did y'all do after? I heard y'all went out to go eat or something.
Yeah. I went to go eat. My boy Nam took us to eat some Japanese food, some like some mad expensive shit, but the raw shit, like kind of weird shit. But
I'm dead.
It was good though. It was a good vibe, and we all like, you know, we all chopped it up, and that's how you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in the prison system. You feel me? I grew up in juvenile detention centers. I grew up in that type of shit. You feel me? So it's like, you might have a fight with your bunkie. You know what I'm saying? Your bunkie might think you soft. You know what I mean? Try to, you know, do whatever. Yeah, and then you're gonna have to let your nuts hang. You feel me? So after a fight, more or less, not all the time, but usually, you know what I'm saying, there's an understanding. Absolutely. And you could be the person bunky after that, because 9 times out of 10, if you don't make it hot, the police ain't gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's an understanding, and there's like some type of respect. You feel me? So I'm kind of used to that. You feel me? Like, some of my best friends, like, you know, I met after I had something with them. You feel me? After we done shook it, after we done did whatever. You feel me? So like,
I feel like a lot of guys is like that. You become friends with the niggas you kind of like fought or used to rumble or something.
Because there's a respect. Yeah. If you don't respect nobody, if you don't respect someone, then you know, there's just if I feel like I could take advantage of you, then that's what it is gonna be. That's if you allow it. That's how I'm gonna look at you the whole time. You feel me?
That's a fact.
But if I do something to you and you know, and you stand up for your shit and we shake it or whatever, I'm not gonna cross that line no more because I understand that, you know, that's not you drew that line in the sand. You feel me? So after that, there's respect. Like I respect you as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Right.
So what's your relationship now, you and AD?
I fuck with homie, man.
Yeah.
I fuck with homie, man.
That's
I'm kind of glad that we got that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Cause like honestly, like now his shit done shot up.
Yeah.
You feel
Yours
me?
shot up. His
My
shot
shit
up.
shot up. So it's like, it's really a win-win. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really a win-win. I respect that man more now. You know what I mean? Cause he did come and do an episode of my Mac Eats.
I was gonna say
You know what I'm
you just
saying?
you just dropped that today.
Yeah.
What was it like shooting it with him? Was there any awkward vibes, or it was y'all already got everything off your chest?
It wasn't awkward for me. It definitely wasn't awkward for him. It was valid, bro. Like,
That's what's
you know
up.
what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was valid. Everything was good.
Fire. You know, after the fight, you know, there's comments of people commending y'all, you know, for fighting a respectful one-on-one. But then there are some negative comments. You know, people
Right.
like China
Saying I
Mac
got beat up
laws.
and
Yeah,
shit,
they
yeah.
saying, and you know, I guess you know, poking fun at the situation. You know, first I want to say, you know, I think people's crazy for just saying that because there's no video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't see anything, so how could you just automatically assume somebody lost? But when you seen that, how did that make you feel?
Made me feel like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that's what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? When you put shit out there,
Yeah.
you know, you allow yourself to be ridiculed, criticized, loved, you know, praised, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the rules of engagement. That's the rules of this game. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
can't handle it, then you don't need to be doing anything on the internet or entertainment or anything like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just understand that I called that man out. You feel
Yeah.
me? I called him out in his city, in LA. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people took offense to that. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, you know? So I understand that. And plus, like, you know, I'm Asian, AD a black man, so you know there's a lot of people that might feel a certain way just off of that. You
Yeah.
feel me? So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I understood that already. You know what I mean? So I ain't going, you know, I didn't feed into that. That shit ain't really
Exactly.
bother me or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now I feel you. You know, this right here, this somebody sent this question in. They said not to offend him or AD, you know, but I'm curious to know why was it so easy to meet up and fight than it was to meet up and do business.
I think that goes back to the respect thing. You feel me? You know, if I would have just let that shit rock,
Probably wouldn't have had
we
an
would have
episode.
never did anything. You know what I mean? I would have felt some way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't have went like, you know? And
Yeah.
even if he would have did something, it would have been on some like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the respect factor wouldn't have been there. You
Yeah.
feel me? So, cause, you know, like we all people, we take advantage of what, you know, not all the time, like some people do it more than others, but we all take advantage of situations. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, if we would have left it like that, I don't know, you know, I'm sure he wouldn't have, you know, the respect factor wouldn't have been there
Yeah.
like that. You feel me? Whether he did it on purpose or not, whether it was done intentionally or not, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was just, you know, it just wouldn't have been there. So,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Bet. Well, I'm glad, you know, everything worked out and y'all good now.
yeah. Shout out to AD, man.
Facts. You know, talking about the food show and all that, what inspired Mac Eats? Because I feel like I remember following your whole story, watching you release music, everything. Then when you did Mac Eats, I think the first episode I had seen is when you did Cherry Valley and Christine's. Was that the first episode?
Nah, it wasn't. It was around the beginning.
Got you. That's the first one I seen. What inspired that?
I mean, it really started like, you know, the inspiration came when I was in prison. You feel me?
Okay.
Because, you know, I was locked up, bro. Like, you eat the same shit every day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
facts.
and not every day, but every week you eat the same. Monday is the same shit. Tuesday is the same shit. Thursday is the same shit.
Yeah.
So I remember, like, you know, watching TV and watching shit and looking at food and seeing, like, Anthony Bourdain and seeing, like, Food Channel and Discovery. And I used to be like, yo, these motherfuckers is traveling the world, eating and getting buku dollars, like, you know what I'm saying, getting paid, you feel
To
me?
do what most of us love to do.
Right, so I was just like, yo, that's life, like, right there, you feel me? And I didn't
Yeah.
go, in my mind, I ain't say, yo, I'm gonna go out there and do no food show, but I remember saying to myself, that's valid, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what life is about. Life is about eating what the fuck you want. That's freedom. Eating
Yup,
what you want,
yup.
when you want, traveling where you want to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, meeting new people, meeting different vibes, that's freedom, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, like, when I was locked up, I used to look at that, like, damn, I can't wait to be able to do that. You feel me? So
Yeah.
then I started the food shit not because I wanted to do a food channel or a food show, but because I just was trying to do content. I understood like I'm doing music, but I also have to do other shit to keep them engaged because it's not like I'm dropping music every day or every week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got to do something to keep them locked in. You know what I'm saying? To keep them with me. So I just started doing that. I remember the first episode I did was like in Chinatown somewhere. I had a cameraman and I put it up and it did well. You feel me? So I was just like, all right, let me do it again. And then let me do it again. And then after the third, fourth time, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna just keep on doing this shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you know.
I have something here.
Yeah.
So the first one that you did, was it a situation where you had a buzz, so you were able to get a camera crew to believe in you, or was it like you had to invest in the camera crew?
Yeah. At that time, I had a buzz already. I did Vlad. A couple of my videos went viral. You know what I'm saying? I already had a thing going on. So I think I just made a post like, yo, I need a cameraman, and the cameraman pulled up. He wasn't the best cameraman, but so he did it for free and shit, and he was just trying to get his shit up. What is his name? Fox Life Films. I think that's what his name is. He from Queens out here too.
Okay.
Shout out to Fox Life Films, bro. Like I haven't heard from him for a long time, but he definitely started my journey. You feel me? Shout out to him.
That's what's up. Bad. So,
but now I invest. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Now I invest in my.
I can see the production now.
You know what I'm saying? Because what I learned is like getting free shit is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's sometimes it's our only option when we first coming up.
Yeah.
But I understand that when it's free, it comes with, you know, it comes with different shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't really get to control the situation.
Yeah.
So now, you know, I'll take free shit, but if it's something that I'm really like, you know, passionate about something that I wanna make it like, you know, a thing, then I pay for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather pay for it than get it for free because, you know, I don't wanna go through the extra hoops and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's facts. You get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, facts.
Pretty much. Bad. So last week, you know, we got the news that Kevin Samuels passed away. You know, I think he passed away at, I think, 56 or 57 years old, which to me, I look at that as very young. You know what I'm saying? When you heard about his passing, was you shocked at that?
Honestly, I didn't even know who he was.
No.
I had no idea who he was.
Word?
Yeah, you know, I'll be out of the loop. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in my own world sometimes. But his content didn't really come across my you know, peripheral and shit.
Yeah.
But I did watch some of the stuff after. You know what I'm saying? I seen his lives and shit.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know too much to really like, you know.
Yeah. Speak on. And that was a question I was gonna ask too. Did you ever see any of his lives or any YouTube videos or anything like that?
Yeah, I think I seen the one with him and Nikki after.
Okay.
And I seen maybe like one or two other ones. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah. I guess he be going, like, his thing was with women, right? Like, you know, he gave his takes on women and stuff.
I think the thing, I guess he had viewpoints on women, men, and like modern day relationships and all that.
Relationships.
Like, yeah, but I'm not gonna just say it was women. It was both women and men. But you know, a lot of people felt like the way he was delivering the message to women sometimes was a little too extreme, too intense. But what I seen sometimes was he would give it to the men the same way he gave it to the women. But I think it went more viral. Obviously, if you talking like that to a woman, it's gonna go viral. You know what I'm saying? But when you seen the clips, like, did you feel like, nah, he's ODing, or did you feel like I kind of agree with certain things he's saying, or
I felt like in this day and age, you gotta like you have to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? In order for you to get your point across. I feel like that's what people now are like gravitated towards, you know, shock value and like, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like from what I saw, he's well spoken. You know what I'm saying? He was always in the suit and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like what he said was grabbing my attention. You know what I mean? And it did make sense. Some of it I can't. Again, I ain't see a whole bunch for me to really give my take on him as a person or what he did. You know what I'm saying? On his craft. You feel me? But from what I saw, I just felt like, I mean, I agree with most of the stuff that he did say.
Yeah,
you know?
No, I feel you. I feel you. You know, whether, and this is the thing, whether someone agrees with him or not, dude, like, when I seen the way people was attacking him when he, after he died, I was like, damn.
He was attacking him?
Bruh. In the comments, like, so many people was kind of, like, making jokes.
That's crazy.
Or when you see that, do you feel like somebody like that? Like, I don't think somebody like that deserved. He's not a serial killer, son. Like, he just was giving his opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, sometimes I don't know. Again, I can't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Say too much because I really don't know. But the truth hurts, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Truth hurts, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I guess in our day and age, people so like sensitive. Like, you know, we've been trained to be a little more sensitive, and you can't really say nothing like, you know, that's
even
gonna
as a
offend
comedian.
people. Even as a comedian, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Man.
I don't feel like that's right though. I feel like if that man did he disrespect people, that it would like
some people may have felt he disrespected them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But there are a lot of women who have said he's helped them find true love.
right. So
From the-
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
you know, I mean, honestly, man, sometimes from my experience, what I learned from when people talking to me, like, and giving me advice,
Yeah.
when people are telling me, like, trying to be with a velvet glove, like, you know what I mean, it doesn't really register.
Okay.
But when somebody says some shit that stopped me in my tracks,
Like raw.
like raw, like, yo,
Yeah.
boom,
Mhm.
I'd be like, damn, you offended me. But damn, bro, that shit made sense. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And you learn from the most. I feel like that's the type of shit you learn from the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to get it raw. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's what really makes you like awaken that part of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what? They right. You feel me?
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I feel that's the same way I am. Just tell me things straight up. However, I realize that as men, we logical and analytical. So we gonna feel that way.
So you trying to say women is not logical?
No. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. What I'm saying is, everybody, like, women lead a little bit more with emotion. Men lead a little bit more analytically. So I feel like with a woman, she's probably you could try to say whatever you want to say. If it's coming out too intense, she probably tune you out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that approach works more so with us, but with women, I'm not gonna hold you. Delivery, I feel like, is everything. You could be telling a woman, two men could be telling a woman something, and one says it with a smooth delivery, one says it raw, and she'll probably gravitate to the one who says it with a smooth delivery. I think that's what I learned through experience. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why some women probably had an issue with him.
Right.
Right.
Right. I mean, I think you might have a point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a woman, so
I
know
know.
I don't want to. You might have a point though, but I know a lot of women feel like they're not emotional, and I know a lot of women that disagree with that. Like, men are less emotional than women, and you know, I know a bunch of women that don't agree with that. You feel me? So you know, I don't know. From my experience, men are emotional too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of emotional ass men out there. Like,
absolutely.
Nowadays, bro, I feel like a lot of men are more emotional than women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
men don't think they're emotional because they feel like anger is not an emotion.
Yeah,
but that is.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? Anger is an emotion. Like, you know, all that is emotion. I feel like you know, I don't know who deals with emotion more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I do think that, you know, we just operate, we handle emotions differently.
little
I guess, you
different.
know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
Like, you know, that's it. But I feel like we're all emotional. Like,
Yeah.
because if you're not emotional, then you ain't fucking, you're not human. Like that's just our psyche. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Here's an interesting topic. You ever seen Fresh and Fit?
mhm.
How do you feel about their approach with women, and how do you feel like they handle themselves on the podcast?
Again, I haven't watched too much
Yo,
of this shit. You feel me? Again, I ain't gonna lie. I seen it. I came across.
yeah.
I think one of them came on my YouTube and was like they wanted me on their shit. But when they said that, I was just like, oh, y'all gotta pay. But I didn't know who they were. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? I never came across they content until that time. And then recently I did see something, but I ain't really stopped and listen to it.
Got you. I think you should go on that. I think you should go on it. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Bet. So, are you in tune with New York drill?
Yeah, somewhat.
I bet. Who are some of the drill rappers you listening to in New York right now? Listening to or hear, you know, driving around or whatever.
Definitely Favi.
Yeah.
Definitely you know, K Flock and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? K Flock. And 917 Racks.
Yeah.
But not too much. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
Drill music kind of put me in a different place, so I don't really listen to it too much.
What you
feel
mean
me?
by that? Put you in a different place.
Like, it's just the energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like more of it's drill. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It gives you that, it puts you in that space.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I be trying to stay away from that a little bit. I do listen to it, but I'm not gonna be putting that shit on and listen to it every day.
Yeah.
Cause, you know, I'm not really trying to drill nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't really wanna, you know, and that's kind of the reason why I kind of stopped making music. Cause, you know, I just felt like I kept on tapping into that space
Yeah.
that I'm trying not to be in no more. You feel me? So like, I do listen to it. I just listen to what's popping. You feel me? But you know, I really don't know. I can't sit here and tell you all the drill rappers and all that, because that's not really what I've been listening to. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I just wanted to know if you, being from New York, if you're even tapped in with like the sound, what's going on out here, and all that.
I am a little bit, not too much. You feel me?
Bet. Did you hear like? I feel like this was a big story when K Flock obviously got locked up. They allegedly for murder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you heard about that, right?
Absolutely.
Bet. When you heard that, seen that, like, what ran through your mind?
Motherfuckers gotta do better.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Motherfuckers gotta he's young, you feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
I think he's like 18. Or
yeah,
something.
he young.
Yeah.
And I was 18 before, so I know, like, you know, I know what was important to me at 18 is not important to me right now. You feel
Yeah.
me? And that's what I felt when I saw that. I was like, damn, you know what I mean? And you see it every day. You see 18-year-olds, young kids making mistakes that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? And I did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I seen that, I was just like, that's sad, because that man had something.
Yeah, he was out
You
of here.
know, he might be the shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And he might be the shit. You feel me? Hopefully he does. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's what I see. I just see, like, you know, I felt like, damn, like, that's not a mistake he needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not something that he needed to go through. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To, you know, to for success. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, well, once you reach a certain, the goal is to get out of this shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, that's the
Yeah.
goal. The goal is to be able to provide for your family, be able to be successful,
Mm-hmm.
be able to live your life. The goal isn't to get successful and then fucking throw it all away and put yourself in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
Yeah.
prison ain't the place to be, bro. Like, the food ain't good. You don't get no pussy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you might get some pussy, but you know, but it's just not the place to be.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so
feel
I hope, like, that's how I felt. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully that man learned his lesson, and and hopefully he get a chance to come back, and he learned from his shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. With you saying it's to get out, you know, what do you think is stopping like some of these kids from getting their deal, and just moving out?
Motherfuckers are addicted to the lifestyle, bro. Motherfuckers, and plus you gotta understand, like, right now, the people is so gravitated to the bullshit that it's like people feel like they have to do that in order to pop. You feel me? It's not like positive rap or whatever type of rap or, you know, shit like that is moving. You know what I mean? That shit don't move at all unless you know what I'm saying? Unless you J. Cole or somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Kendrick, J. Cole, they kind of solidified that space.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, but when you do some bullshit, when you have 100 gang members behind you and you talking about spinning the block and people really think you shooting shit and you really, that comes with, you know, admiration. That comes with praise. You know what I'm saying? So people be addicted to that shit, bro. People be addicted to that. People feel like that's what's gonna get them to the next level. You feel me? And you know, that's what I feel.
Damn. You know, I was talking to somebody and I was just like, yo, I wish deals came with, like, record labels. I wish when they gave out deals, it was like a relocation somewhere in the contract, like, we gotta relocate you, son, because I feel like a lot of these guys, I interview mostly like drill rappers. You wouldn't believe how many times the day before I'm gonna interview someone, I'm like reaching out to them and they either died or they got locked up. Like,
right.
Yeah, or after the interview, it's just like, oh wow. Like in the drill scene right now, it's not even like the D-list rappers, C-list. It's like the top drill rappers are. Most of them are locked up right now. And that's just like crazy to me to think. Like, growing up, did you see that happening? Like with your favorite rappers, was there ever a time where they were just sweeping up rappers like that in New York?
Not really.
Word,
Nah,
right?
I mean, you see rappers getting arrested all the time, but not like this. Like,
serious charges right now.
Yeah, not like this. And yo, listen, well, what I'm gonna say, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to get too political and too, like, you know what I'm saying, to whatever, but there's definitely a war going on, you feel me? Okay. And it's not the war, like, between, like, the blocks and shit, you feel me? It's a different type of war, you feel me? Motherfuckers don't want people that look like you, people that, you know, they one thing I learned when I was in prison is a business.
Absolutely.
You feel me? They get fat off of us. They get fat off of us, bro. Like, you gotta understand, like, these towns and shit, upstate in New York and all throughout the fucking country, like, these little towns where the prisons be putting, they don't be shit there.
At all.
Nothing.
At all.
These motherfuckers is farming, bro. Like, if it wasn't for a prison, they'd be farmers. They would never be able to get no money. They won't never, you know what I'm saying? So when they put these prisons up, you could buy stock in prison, bro. Like, they got you making hubcaps and all types of wild shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a prison. It's a business. You know what I'm saying? So they want, if so you gotta understand, like, if a town, it like is doing nothing but farming, and then you put a prison there, and then now that brings jobs. That brings like 2,000 different jobs. You know what I mean? In that city, in that whatever town or whatever, right? What do you think they're gonna do? They need people to fill these prisons. If there's nobody in these prisons, guess what? There's no stock, there's no jobs, there's none of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people gotta understand that. And I know when I was a kid, people was telling me that, and I was like, whatever the fuck, I don't give a fuck about that. But once you go through it, you see it, you know what I'm saying? You understand, like, you know, you really being a puppet. You feel me? You really just carrying out somebody else's fucking what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you giving jobs to other people
who
like,
hate you.
Who hate you. You giving jobs to they sons and granddaughters and grandsons and shit like that. You helping them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Cause It's like, you know, when we do that shit, they want us to do this shit. They want y'all to do that shit. They want y'all to be beefing. They want y'all to be killing yourselves. They want that. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because, you know, it keeps them in position. Yeah. And it keeps them fat, you know what I'm saying? It keeps them rich, and it keeps their children rich. It generational wealth for them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. On the back and blood of the people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Crazy. Apparently, you know, talking about K-Flock too, you know, and another rapper named DThang, they have a beef, and they're supposed to be like cousins. You know what I'm saying? You know, being in the streets as young as you were, did you ever see like family members going at it to where it's like if a family member sees the other family member, they either gonna shoot at them or fight them or it could get intense. You ever seen that?
I seen it, but I seen it a lot more now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like now it's just different. Like recently I went out to Boston and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I met up with my people out there. You know, and shout out my bro Zip, you know what I mean? They beefing, like cousins beefing with cousins, and you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I seen that more recently than before. You know, you'll see some of it before, but now you see more of it. You know what I mean?
Everybody's just riding for their block now.
Right.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. You know, both of them are locked up right now, and they both had, like, freestyles going against one another in jail. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I peeped that.
Yo, when you heard that, like, what ran through your mind? What was you thinking? Like, they're literally rapping through in jail, bro. Like, and they put it out, and the first day, I think their views skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, people love that shit, man. That's what I see when I see it. It's just, you know, it's just people love it, so they gonna keep on doing it. You know what I mean? But then, like, you know, at what point do you say, okay, you know, this shit ain't healthy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this ain't healthy for us. This ain't healthy for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, it does get the views up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
it's like a catch-22.
Yeah, it's like, damn, dude, you know. But all money ain't good money, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? All money is not good money. And just because it's getting you... there was this thing, I heard this on an album from Dead Prez. I know most of y'all ain't gonna know who the fuck that is, but there was this album that it was like, I think it was like a Nation of Islam dude speaking. Yeah. And he like, yo, you know, there's a story about, you know, Native Americans and shit, and it was like that, you know, the hunters will put a fucking blade, right? And they'll coat the blade with blood. Like pig blood or whatever the fuck blood it is, right? Yeah. And then the animals that they hunting, may it be a wolf or whatever, they'll smell the blood and they'll go to the blade and they'll start licking it. You feel me? And then when they lick it, they cutting themselves, but they tasting blood, so they thinking it's fucking like, you know, it's food, and they just keep on licking it and they keep on cutting themselves, you know what I mean, until they fucking die. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you think you fucking getting something, you think you eating, you think you fucking you got a plate, but you really are the plate. You feel me?
Wow. Damn. I never heard that, but
it's real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all money ain't good money, man. Don't fucking let motherfuckers like brainwash you and think that you fucking like you really like winning, but you not winning. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you might be winning today, but the way you're headed, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna have a motherfucking cap, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a ceiling to that shit. You feel me? And
with that being said, do you even think there's longevity in the drill scene?
I mean, yeah, of course. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because people want it. You know what I'm saying? People want it, and they gonna keep on doing it. You know, so I do think. I just don't think. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Gotcha.
But you know, it just depends. It depends how the shit change. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. You know, even things got so bad. I remember DJ Drewski from Hot 97. You know, saying he's no longer supporting songs where drill rappers are dissing the dead.
Did he stand on that?
Did he stand on it? Honestly, I don't know. It depends what you call dissing. You know what I'm saying? The reason I say that is because this is what I do. I interview drill rappers. You feel me?
Right.
For the most part, I don't just interview drill rappers.
What do you think about drill music?
What do I think about it? I love it. However, I know it's in the long run, you're gonna have to switch it up. You're gonna have to like Fabio. I think is the best. Fabio, Pop Smoke, those guys are the great examples of switching it up. Like I love Fabio's latest project.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just is he dissing on it? Yeah, but it's subtle, and also he's also talking about real situations. You know what I'm saying? And it's versatile. Like he has so many different sounds on it. But do I think when niggas is just like dissing niggas left and right? You know how many times I interview guys and they're like, I don't even know them. I'm like, so why you dissed them? You know what I'm saying? But like you said, if I know I'm gonna go viral.
So let me ask you a question. You as a media person, right? You think you have a responsibility in that?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I've even had people sit in the chair you at right now and made them get on the phone with somebody to dead an issue.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like us as journalists, we could either use our platform to ignite,
flame it, yeah.
Exactly. Or we could use our platform as the fire extinguisher.
And which one do you think? Which one do you think is more more
lucrative?
Yeah.
When you ignite it. Mm-hmm. But which one do I feel better sleeping at night doing? Using it as a what is that? Extinguisher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way.
Word. That's how I feel. I feel like, but as far as with the DJ Drewski thing, I can't say he stuck to it. I can't say he didn't, but I do know he went on Cardi B's page and asked her to send the latest song she did with K Flop, but they're definitely dissing somebody in that song.
Right.
Without a doubt.
So
I don't know if he played it, but I know he was in the comments asking for that song. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a great gesture, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if he feels like that, and not to take no food out of nobody's mouth, because these kids is eating off of it. They feeding their family off of it. Yeah. So, you know, but if that's how he felt, you know what I mean? Then I would want to see him stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And but if he didn't stand on it, then, you know, it's just, you know, I don't know.
Do you feel like him saying that is gonna stop the kids from dissing?
No. But if more people follow suit, yeah.
Okay. And do you feel like, next question, do you feel like if they stop dissing, it'll stop the murders?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, people, I remember I posted some shit on my Instagram, like, yo, do y'all think that, you know, like this type of violent music, like, you know, does music promote that? Does music cause violence in the streets? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people felt like no, you know what I mean? But I feel like it does.
I think it doesn't I think it doesn't start it, but I definitely think it adds fuel to it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it starts it.
I mean, it might not have started, but it definitely because I'm speaking from personal. Like, I remember, like, you know, even back in the day, right? Like one of my first songs, you know, I mean, not one of my first songs, but like the music that used to, like, back in the day, I used to listen to, like, when Capone and Noriega was out, right? And the Queens was going crazy, right? And I remember Noriega had this song where he was like, what'd he say? He was like, shoot up your block so you could know me. Some shit like that, right? It was on the song. And I remember one of the first times, I don't know if it was the first, but one of the first times when I shot something, you feel me? I remember that shit was playing in my mind, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain shit a rapper would say, or certain shit somebody would say, or stick to me. Okay. And that's how I would draw from, like, that's how I would equate, like, you know, what I should do or what I shouldn't do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if these rappers are saying shit, you know what I'm saying, saying certain things, this is like, you know, it's influencing people. It's influencing the youth.
I agree.
100% is influencing the youth. You know what I'm saying? Especially when like the youth see these kids, see these people, and they look at them like somebody to look up to, and they talking about shooting somebody, and they catching cases and shit. Now these kids is gonna be like, that's what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm supposed to be. You feel me? Like we're talking about youth. We're talking about 8-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, undeveloped brains. This is how they're developing. This is how they're using this information to grow, to become whoever the fuck they're gonna become. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely think that music has something to do with that.
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think the key thing I would want to know this. When you said the first time you shot somebody, you was listening to Capone and Noriega, but were you listening to them? Did you have an issue with this person prior to listening to that song?
Nah, nah. I didn't have no problem. But it felt like because of the music that I was listening to, it felt like that's what I needed to do.
Yeah, let me just turn up instead of
you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I needed to do. Like I need to shoot him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
laughing, but it's not funny. It's just the way you said
like,
it.
Cause I want to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I want to be respected. I want to be like, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta shoot him. That's what the fuck everybody else is saying. That's what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? What you just said is crazy because, and it's no disrespect to you, but it's like, alright, I feel like a lot of times we look for how to be a man in the more when we don't really have a father around. Like we look for how to be a man in the most aggressive person we see. Like I remember my older brother. Him and I are a little different. Like, he grew up since 11 years old, in and out of jail. He's in his 30s, still same thing. He gangbangs, all of that. But I remember how much I looked up to him. It was like, that was my idea of what a man is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? When something happens, react right away. Why you want to talk it out? Why? And then when you get older, you realize, nah, bro, a man is supposed to talk it out. A man is supposed... There might be a time where you get physical, but why go there right away? You know what I'm saying? So when you saying, like, I'm listening to that and I'm thinking that's what a man is supposed to be, I question, is it because... I remember you told the story, like, your father not being around. Is it because of that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? If there's not a positive role model, a male figure in a person's life at these really critical ages, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how we're gonna find that guidance from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna find it in the music. We're gonna find it in the streets. We're gonna find it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So. Absolutely, hell yeah. If a person had a father there, or a male figure that gave positive, you know what I'm saying, positive reinforcement, that gave like real jewels and that really taught the person how to be a real man, then it doesn't matter what music you listen to. It doesn't matter what, who comes across your path. You're already set. You got that already. You know what I'm saying? You got the foundation. But a lot of these kids don't have the foundation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids don't. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to the war situation. You feel me? Like, they don't want motherfuckers that have guidance. They don't want motherfuckers that have that real foundation. You know what I'm saying? They want motherfuckers in jail, bro. They want motherfuckers in there.
Yeah. That's a fact. Even watching men fight for their children, to be in their child's life, they make it very difficult for you to be a father. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I totally agree with what you're saying. Like, they know how good it will do for a household to have the father there. And it's like, from jump, they try to cut that guy out. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Facts.
Word. When you were 16, 17 years old, I'm asking this because when you said, what do you feel like is better? Like, how do you use the platform? I've had guys here and I'll be like, if this person was willing to say, I'll dead the issues, how would you feel about that? If they said they wouldn't diss your deads anymore, would you stop? And I've had many people on camera say they would stop. So I'd like to know, at 16, 17 years old, like, what would make you stop beefing with people you had issues with?
What would make me stop?
Yeah, because I know at that age we're so like, we want the ops. We want the ops like so much at that age. So I'm curious to know, because I feel like I could use this to talk to these kids. You know what I'm saying? What would you want to hear from an older person? You know, because I feel like a lot of times the youth, they don't feel like people understand them enough or resonate. So
Yeah, I mean, you stop when you're ready to stop. Once you pass that stage and like your foundation,
okay,
you already built the foundation. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So it's really nothing nobody could tell you, you know,
When
to
you're in it.
to make you want to change unless you want to change.
Okay.
So sometimes what took me to want to change was when I was locked up and they gave me my 10 joints, you feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm fucking on a bus and a fucking 57-year-old man is handcuffed with me next to like going upstate. He got a brand new number and I'm like, bro, this dude is 57 years old. Like, why the fuck? Like, and then I just like, and he got 10 years. He got 5 years in and out the system. I'm like, bro, I don't want to be like that, gang. Like, for real, this ain't fucking life. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is not life, bro. Like, fucking begging a fucking officer to let you take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Having a shit with another man, motherfucking in your bunk, in your cell.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not life, bro. Like, I don't know what other people are telling people, but that's not life. And sometimes you have to go through it to really understand it, because sometimes like you not gonna hear it. Like when I was a kid, I heard it, but I ain't hear it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I was already like, you know, I already had my foundation. You know what I'm saying? My foundation couldn't be changed unless I was ready to change it. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to motherfucking raise a young man, a young woman, is to set that foundation right. You know what I'm saying? So that foundation is very important. You know what I'm saying? But once you create that foundation already, whether it be in the streets or whatever, and you have that foundation and it's more negative than anything, it's hard to change that shit unless... You know what I'm saying? Unless you're able to get through that person, you know what I'm saying? Somebody has to really care. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that just, in order for you to get through to a young person that's already set, like that's already built their foundation, it's hard to get through that person. But you can get through that person. But you just have to really care. That child, that teenager have to know that you really care. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you really give a fuck and you really saying some real shit. And just because, and you have to be consistent with it. It's not an easy job. You know what I'm saying? You got to be consistent with it. You got to be like on them. You got to be on them as like 3 times harder than the streets is on them. Cause like you could tell them one thing, yo, that's not you gonna end up in jail, gang. Like, all right, cool, it resonates, all right, whatever, I hear you. But when I go on the street and I'm with my homies and shit, and with my that shit that go out the door, because peer pressure is a motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, you know. So you know, a person really to get through to somebody, they have to either go through it and learn from it themselves, or somebody has to really resonate with them and really, you know what I'm saying, they have to think that they care. And it's not, you can't just say one thing and then, you know, and then I see you, like, me as a 16-year-old, right? Like, somebody be like, nah, that's not good, whatever, and then I turn around and I see you doing some shit that's like, you know, that's in that realm,
like similar to what you were saying.
Like,
yeah,
man, like,
I tell people that all the time. Kids are so visual.
Yeah.
Like, they don't give a damn about what you saying. I remember me as a kid, like, I didn't care what people said. It was like, if you don't look, and you know, that's a good and a bad thing. If you don't look like what you talking about, I'm not gonna listen to you. But I guess that's why a lot of kids gravitate to the streets, because I can see him making money.
Right.
I can see him getting respect in the hood. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to my dad, or, you know what I'm saying, who probably works a 9 to 5, and that's what a real, you know what I'm saying, that's not a man who's we might look at it like, yo, my dad ain't lit or this and that, so we might not listen to it, but that's what a real man is. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean he's not a real man just because he got a 9 to 5. He's not, you know, in the streets heavy and all that.
Yeah. One thing I learned is, like, you know, the message can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
Who told me this? I forgot who told me this, bro. But this is a jewel right here. You know what I mean? Don't just because a bum can tell you a fucking jewel.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And just because that man is a bum, you don't want to fucking like, you know what I mean? He could tell you something that could get you rich, change your whole fucking life. He could just say something to you, but because he's where he's at, you don't take heed to that. You know what I'm saying? But the message could come from anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't necessarily have to come from somebody that's who you look at as successful. You know what I'm saying? The message can come from anybody. Jewels can come from anybody. You know what I'm saying? So we as young men coming up, like we have to be able to accept the jewels.
Yeah.
You feel me? We have to be able to see when the message is there, see when the jewel is there, and have to know that listen, just because that person isn't whatever that I feel like is cool or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like you still gotta take you gotta take the message when it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I agree. You have a pretty good relationship with VladTV.
Yeah.
How long have y'all known one another for?
I know him since I came home from prison. It was like fucking 7 years now, 8 years, some shit like that.
Gotcha. How did y'all meet?
I fucking how was it? I just seen my bro Chi Ali. Shout out to him. I just seen him in LA and shit. I seen him do an interview. I was locked up with Chi. I was locked up with him, and I seen him do an interview with Vlad. So I'm like, I hit Chi. I'm like, yo, give me an interview. And then he reached out to my son, and my son reached out to Vlad.
Yeah.
And then from there I got plugged in.
Yeah. And I know around that time my son was doing a lot of work with Vlad and all that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like this journalism business, everybody around me know like Vlad is amongst like one of the greats to me. Like obviously there's other people as well, but to me I look at Vlad as one of the top. In my eyes I feel like he's one of the greatest ones out there. But there are people who feel like he's the feds or they don't like they kind of blame him for certain people getting locked up, and I see you joke about that during interviews with him as well. When you hear people say that, what do you think?
I mean, I don't really. I feel like it's because he's white.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? But everybody does that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just him. It's not just white people. Everybody, there's a lot of people. Culture vulture doesn't have to necessarily be a different color. You know what I'm saying? Like, a culture vulture could just be somebody that don't give a fuck about the culture.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And just want to fucking use the culture for their own fucking personal gains. And yeah, just because you're white or just because you're Asian or just because whatever the fuck you are, don't make culture vultures come from all shapes, sizes, and colors. You feel me? So it's like he ain't the only one. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you know what you doing when you get on there. Like you know what it is. It's not like you never heard of that man. It's not like you never seen no interviews. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what I mean? I don't think he's the feds because clearly he can't be the feds. He's the fucking.
He's a journalist,
man.
man.
He's a journalist. You know what I'm saying? But he do be asking fair questions.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? He be asking shit like interrogating shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be feeling like you in the interrogation room up there. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta learn you gotta know how to handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you agree to jump on that shit, then you gotta know how to handle it. And not everybody is supposed to, go there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like what he does is what he does. Do I agree with all the shit he does? Absolutely not. I don't. You know what I'm saying? There's some of my shit. He'll title some crazy shit, and I'll be like, yo, bro, like, why the fuck would you do that? You know what I'm saying? But because it ain't got nothing to do with the fuck I said. You just kind of like, just, you know what I mean? But then I realized, like, that's what I knew. I know that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, you gotta tell him not to do that shit. You gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? So.
So with that being said, do you ever like talk to him like, yo, bro, like, since you getting these complaints from people, like, why don't you switch up certain things? Like, because I've heard other rappers, I've heard my son say, I gave him my opinion and this and that. Do you ever give him your opinion?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Okay. I said some shit before, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told him, shit about my shit, whatever.
Mhm.
But that's him, man. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's him, bro. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I look at him as I look at him. One thing about Vlad, I can say I definitely don't agree with a lot of shit that he does in terms of like, how he questions certain shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he's never like I could call him whenever and be like,
Yeah.
yo, I need an interview. I could tell him to post some shit. He'll do whatever he can. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like he'll even when I'm not hot, like I could be like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, I need this, I need that. He'll always come through. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he definitely cares about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? He cares about the culture to a certain degree. You feel
Mhm.
me? So, yeah.
Okay. In because we're saying this, I want to know this because I know you said some of the questions he asked is like a little. Some of them might feel like you're in an interrogation room, and there's always this war on like interviewers asking crazy questions, which I do agree. Interviewers, some do ask crazy questions, but I also hear the interviewers like, I can't ask you nothing you ain't talking about. So
Right.
my question to you is, who like in your opinion, who do you think is more responsible for the cases like the rappers are catching? Is it the rappers that are rapping and stuff in their music, or the bloggers posting and asking certain questions?
The rappers.
And why you feel that way?
Cause you're not gonna be able. They're just gonna ask the question, but if you don't answer it, then what the fuck? It's nothing. You feel me? Like,
It's funny because you make it sound so simple, but I feel like the hip hop community feels so different about that. Like they feel like, yo,
but that's what's sincere. Listen, the hip hop community is the people in the comments that's watching this shit, right? But that's the
yeah,
shit y'all want to fucking see. What the
that's
fuck is you
that's
talking about? They want to be fucking asking these questions if y'all ain't fucking flocked to the fucking video. So you could complain all the fuck you want, but that's what you want to see. So that's what they're gonna fucking try to get you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? At the end of the day, this is a business. You know what I'm saying? So they're not gonna. Nobody want to do a fucking video, an interview that only get fucking 2 views, 5 views,
yeah,
10 views. You want to do the shit that's gonna get millions of views. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like, if people want to see that, then they're gonna fucking ask those questions to try to get you that. You know what I'm saying? So don't just blame the interviewers. You gotta blame yourself too, bro. Cause like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Like if y'all didn't want to see that, they wouldn't be asking those fucking questions. So like, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
That's the fact. Like, if you gonna blame him or blame any fucking bloggers or shit like that, then you gotta blame yourself too. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
gotta blame ourselves too. 'Cause
yeah.
that's what the fuck we want to see.
Nah, I feel
How
you.
many times you see some shit? Oh, somebody saying, "Oh, something, positive," and you be like, "Oh, I don't want to see that." But then, oh, fucking, VladTV asked, your first time you shot somebody. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Oh, I'm clicking that, bing, because I want to hear
facts.
that. I want to
That's a
see that. You know what I'm
fact.
saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you can't just blame them, bro. We gotta blame each other. Everybody.
yeah,
You gotta point it everywhere. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Did you ever feel like a little nervous sitting down in that chair with him?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What
Mm.
made you feel so confident? Did you feel like you're confident within yourself and know how to carry yourself?
Cause I had time to think about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I first came home from prison, I guess that would be the first time that I would have been like nervous and shit. I guess
Yeah.
I was slightly nervous, but I prepared myself already. Like, I used to, like, you know what I'm saying? I had 10 years to think about, like, to get ready for, my journey once I got home and to be a
Hmm.
rapper and be whatever entertainer and shit like that. So I already was like I already seasoned myself. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Gotcha. But in your latest interview with Vlad TV, you mentioned 6ix9ine's name,
Hmm.
and you said that after what he did, after what he did and a few other things, people outside of New York don't really respect New York like that. What made you feel that way? Like, what made you feel like the way people are conducting themselves shows that they don't really respect New York like they once did?
I mean, bro, like New York used to. First of all, New York used to have we mothered this fucking rap shit. Like this shit came out of New York. You feel me? It came out of the Bronx. It came out of New York. We had our own sauce. We had our own swag. We had our own music. We had our own lingo. We had our own shit. You feel me? And I feel like we lost that, you know what I'm saying? Because then we just started, we stopped being, there was a time when everybody wanted to be like they was New York, you know what I'm saying? That's one part, because we start jacking other people's shit, start like, you know, changing how we are to how other people are, you know what I'm saying? How other regions and shit is, you know what I'm saying? Another thing is like, you know, shit like that 6ix9ine shit. I really feel like that shit made people feel like, you know, anything, like New York is soft, because, you know what I'm saying, we just allow anything. And the way, and I'm not saying it like, because he strategizes shit, he do that shit like that, whatever. But people look at that and be like, damn, you got a whole fucking, he's in the projects, he got 20, 30, 40 people following him around. Like, that just make people, like, look at him a certain way. Like, I've been in LA, I think I could put money on it. Yeah. Nobody could do that in LA.
Being a rat.
Yeah, being a notarized rat. You know what I'm saying? And somebody that did that in their home, I don't think, you know, somebody from LA or Memphis, or that shit wouldn't happen. That shit wouldn't happen. Nobody would jack them. Nobody would, 10, 20, 30 people wouldn't be able to go roll with them, like they gang members and shit wouldn't be able, they wouldn't allow that shit. You know what I'm saying? But here, you know, it's allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening. You feel me? So, you know, I feel like that makes other people, like in different cities and shit, they look at us a certain way. Like, oh, y'all just let anything happen there. Oh, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, and I feel like that. I be going all over the place. I be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I feel like gangsters, people in the street, they look at us differently. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like, because I know there's a few guys in New York who always feel like they got to be the voice for New York. Do you feel like wherever you go, you have to kind of be that voice and make it known that, no, we don't accept that. That's probably a big story because he's a big artist, but that's not what every New York gangster is about.
I mean, I don't feel like that necessarily, but I do feel like I'm a representation of my city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I do feel like that I have to honor that. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. Like, you know, everything that I do, I'm a representation for my city. I'm a representation for my people. I'm a representation for whoever, like, you know, feel like that I represent them. So I have to carry myself accordingly. I have to do things that represent them correctly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah.
Gotcha. You know, while I do consider, I agree with you. I consider, like, what he did as snitching. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. You know, while I do see why a lot of people are upset with him, you know, I ask myself this question, you know, like, do people hold, like, the men in Treyway that were taking orders from him, you know, and were acting on his behalf equally accountable for them not being the best judge of character? You know what I'm saying? Like I get that it's what he did was wrong, but do we say, when were y'all gonna put a stop to this, or when were y'all gonna be like, this dude is not like us? You know what I'm saying?
I definitely feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody's accountable. You know what I'm saying? They should have never allowed him to, you know, to have anything to do with gang shit, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's like when I was up top, like, you would have motherfuckers, like, you know, like somebody that's soft, but because they get the bag, you know what I'm saying? Because they getting drugs and shit, people will let them, like, you know, like, let them do certain shit, and then they'll let them do, you know, so I've been seeing that shit, but I feel like, you know, it's the job of whoever, like, is behind them to make sure that they're not getting out of they not getting out of hand, and they not getting carried away. You feel me? Yeah.
And the reason I had asked that,
because basically he was getting pimped. Like he wasn't nothing but a fucking, like, a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the gang members and shit was like that, was pimping them, but they let the motherfucking hoe turn into the motherfucking pimp. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, I see what you're saying. You know, I definitely see that. You know, and the reason I ask that is because when it comes to the whole gangster ideology, you know what I'm saying? I've heard that it comes from the mafia, or whatever. Is that correct?
I guess. I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I ain't old enough to answer that question.
Because like, it can't. From what
But I feel like it
you know
does, because people take a lot of that, like what they did, you know.
And with that being said, it's like, and it's no like disrespect to any gangs, nothing like that. You know, when I look at like the mob or mafia, what would they have done if they brought it in? If I was in the mob, and I vouch for this guy Jeffrey, and Jeffrey comes in the mob, and he's now an informant, what would they have done to me?
They would have killed you.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, do we honor? That's why I'm saying, like, I get what 6ix9ine did was wrong, but I question, like, how equally do we share the anger? Do we just give it to 6ix9ine, or do we equally share it with every human being that was involved? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I do feel like everybody, like I said, everybody's accountable. I feel like, you know, they fucked up by doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just how this dude carries himself, bro.
Yeah.
It's just everybody's like, I'll be reading these comments and I'll be like, damn, bro, like, shit done changed, gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people jacking them, people, like, you know,
people make excuses for it.
It just shows that, you know, people, like, the old shit is out the window. Gangster shit is out the window, bro. Like, there is no more gangster shit. There's no more, like, codes and morals and shit like that. That shit's been faded, graded and shit. You feel me? So, like, you know, it's not even, you know, that shit is dead. Like,
That's,
you know what I'm saying? That gangster shit is dead. All of that, the old morals and principles, that's what withheld. That's what made it so, like, it was hard for the fucking government to crack. You feel me? But that shit is out the fucking window. You know what I'm saying? So now it's easy to crack. You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers is telling on themselves. I just don't understand that shit. Motherfuckers be talking about that shit. I came up, like, you do something, it's it, bro. We catch a body, it's it. We ain't talking about that ever, bro. Don't even talk to me about that. I don't never want to talk about that. It's over. That's done. You know what I'm saying? Like that, we gonna take that shit to the grave with us. Talking about that shit on camera, talking about that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. That's nuts. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts. That's like, you might as well just fucking go in the fucking, you might as well just kill somebody in front of the precinct, bro. You might as well just turn yourself in. Like, all right, I killed them, boom, here, take me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't even gotta do their jobs no more. Motherfuckers just watch the internet.
That's a fact.
And then you got people on the internet just solving the crimes for the police.
Oh,
like,
man,
boom, boom.
Those documentaries, man, that they be doing.
That shit is dead, bro. Like, all y'all young people that's listening, bro, like, this shit is that gangster shit, that street shit, that shit ain't gonna get you shit, bro. That shit gonna get you that shit gonna get you a lot of time, or that shit gonna get you an early grave, and either or, that shit gonna make your fucking family, your mother, whoever love you, that shit gonna just cause them fucking grief and shit like that. You're not gonna win, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Were you shocked when you seen, because you mentioned like 6ix9ine being in Brooklyn with people behind him? Was you shocked when you seen that?
No,
Again?
I ain't shocked, man.
Really?
I ain't shocked, bro.
I was.
I ain't shocked, bro, because it's like,
why not?
I don't know what the fuck is going on with cuz, like, that's not the, you know what I mean? Like motherfuckers don't care about nothing but money now. Like, motherfuckers just care about, like, you know, all of that shit is dead, bro. Like, that shit, that part in New York City is kind of like, that shit is kind of done. You feel me?
Now, if he tells on them, should we sympathize with those guys?
Sympathize? It's nuts, bro. I don't even want to.
Did you see the clip when the dude was like, I think it was on Academics, and he was like, we don't he was like, we don't jack rats at all, but it's the first rat we jacking, you heard?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. You could see in his face when he said that shit, he knew he said some bullshit. He was thinking about, damn,
yo,
I can't even go home after this type shit.
Bro, I was that shocked me too, because it was just like, oh, but my question is like, do you think they would be there if he didn't have money?
No.
They
Hell
said they
no.
would though.
They lying. They are lying.
Yeah. They
Why
want
the
bag.
fuck would they do that?
Yeah.
And if you look back at when he was asked that, and he couldn't even answer the question right. He kept on going in circles and shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even answer the question.
Yeah.
He just was talking about some other shit. No, he
Yeah.
wouldn't. No, absolutely not. They there for the bag. They there for the look. You know what I'm saying? They mail ordered goons. Like they
You said what mail order?
mail ordered goons.
Oh man.
I mean mail ordered goons. Like, you know what I'm saying? They getting paid for their shit. They just looking for an opportunity for themselves. They don't really care about this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, damn. You know, listening to your story, you express how you was in the streets for a while. You know, in all your time, have you ever seen this before? You know,
What, this type of shit?
Yeah, like where people
No.
is justifying a rad and this
No.
and that. Really?
No.
Wow. You know.
I never seen no shit like that. This is like he changed the game with that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And then coming out making the videos and all that with the rap face.
Crazy, bro.
I know.
And then even the shit that he do now, like, it's like, you know.
Yeah, it is what
Crazy.
it is. Word. You know, if you ask 10 people, you know, for their definition of snitch, you know, I feel like you'd get so many different answers. You know what I'm saying? What would be your definition of what a snitch is? And the reason I asked that is because I remember I was working back when I was working at a restaurant. There was so many people there, even people who didn't work a 9 to 5. They were just doing what they did in the streets. And then there were some people who worked 9 to 5s, and they all had different answers to what a snitch was.
Right.
So it's like, what is the definition? Because I don't think people know.
A snitch is somebody, well, to me, a snitch is somebody who is not a civilian, right? Somebody who voluntarily is in the streets doing street shit. You know what I'm saying? Selling drugs, gang banging, robbing, anything that has to do with illegal activity. Once you commit yourself to that, you are no longer a civilian. You know what I'm saying? So you're in there now. You know what I'm saying? So now a snitch is somebody who voluntarily enters the street and gets in some trouble, gets in whatever the fuck, and tells on other people so they can, you know, get lesser time or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's what a snitch to me is.
That's how I feel too. And we was also having this debate, like, you know, and if someone tells on a cop or a CO, is that considered snitching?
If somebody tells on a cop, well, listen, I come from, that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is where I come from. You feel me? And I'm not gonna project that to anybody else. But that's how I was raised. I was raised under people that would get in a fight with police, get beat the fuck up, and when motherfucking the investigators come and ask them what happened, they won't give no motherfucking. They'll be there, jaw cracked, nose broken, face like this. You know what I'm saying? And won't give up no statement. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't cooperate with the with the administration. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's an outlaw. That's what the fuck these streets is. When you enter the streets, you don't cooperate with the motherfucking administration. You don't cooperate with the government. They are the enemy. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell them shit. Nothing. There's nothing to talk about. You feel me? But I can see how other people look at it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I seen it. That's how I was taught.
Got you. You know, even I see people talk about T.I., you know, when he did the Crime Stoppers video. And I always said to myself, like, I don't consider that as snitching, but I've watched people like condemn him, like, yo, that's snitch behavior or something. Do you feel like that's snitching or no? Because he didn't put anybody in jail.
I don't see T.I. as a outlaw. I don't see T.I. as a gangster. You feel me? He's a civilian, bro. well, I don't know when's the last time he did some gangster shit, like, or street shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see him as a, as a gangster. You know what I'm saying? But
If you seen a gangster,
but if he's still talking that shit and he's still doing that and he's promoting it, so it just depends what he was doing at the time. If he's promoting gangster shit and he's talking street shit in his music, then you promoting it, right? So if you're promoting it, then that means you still abide by that. You know what I'm saying? So you're still, you know what I mean? So no, you shouldn't be on no motherfucking Crime Stoppers, like, the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But if you fully change your life and you're not talking about no gangster shit no more, and you're talking about, like, how you change your life and all that, you're not a gangster no more. You out the street. So I guess that time you could do whatever the fuck. You could join the PAL. You could fucking, get a whistle, be a fucking, whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But but you can't be doing both. You can't be talking about no gangster shit and fucking be in a commercial with fucking Crime Stoppers. Like, the fuck?
Yeah. Even if it's to shorten the time, like, I don't think he meant anything he was saying in that. It was more so like, they about to give me 1 year. Let me do this little commercial. Get this 1 year.
I mean, I guess, but then I'm not ridiculing him either, because I don't know. I don't know the situation. You feel me? But everybody has their own rules and shit.
Yeah, how they go about things. Or the last scenario on the snitching thing is Pop Hunter. You ever heard of him?
Mm-mm.
He's saying Corvette, pull up in it.
Okay. Yeah.
Boom. He told his story. He was like 13 or 14. Never was in the streets. None of that. You know what I'm saying? And his friend knocks on his door, asks him if he could come with him to go confront this kid. You know what I'm saying? As a good friend, I guess he went. And his friend winds up getting killed. And after his friend gets killed, cops come, whatever, and they kind of interrogate him. They weren't supposed to, because he was a minor, but they lied and said that your mother gave us consent. So he ended up telling, And there were people who was calling him a snitch, but in my mind, I'm thinking, but this kid wasn't in the streets. Like, would you consider what he did snitching, or would you consider, like, this is a civilian?
He wasn't in the streets.
This is what he said. He
Right.
wasn't in the street. He was just, like, your friend come knock on the door, I'm about to go fight this kid, and you like, all right, bet I'll just come with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider him a snitch then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the whole industry turned their back on him, y'all. I do not hear this guy's music or hear anybody supporting his music anymore. Crazy.
Shit backwards. I don't understand.
Word. You seen the dude running down on Dave Chappelle with a knife?
He had a knife?
Yeah, he had a knife. I heard he had a knife. Yeah, he had a knife.
What? I didn't know. Damn,
How bold or crazy do you have to be to do something like that?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be kind of crazy.
Bro.
You gotta be crazy as fuck.
Do you think, like, a lot of people is looking at it like, yo, you know what?
They fucked him up.
Bro.
He was like...
Bro, they had his arm looking crazy.
Stupid! Fucking dumbass. What the fuck did you think he was doing, dumbass?
Do you think people will take that approach because of what they seen, like, Will Smith do to Chris Rock and all that? Now everybody's just on, like, yo, if the joke is too intense, if I don't like you and you a comedian, I'm running down.
Maybe. I guess. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, everything has influence. You know what I'm saying? So if something got blew out of, people are influenced by people's shit. You know what I'm saying?
If you on stage and that happens, you taking the Dave Chappelle approach or the Chris Rock approach?
Oh, no, what? If somebody run on stage? Oh, hell fucking no.
All the way Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. Hell yeah. More than Dave Chappelle. Play soccer with that boy head, bro. I would have been, yo.
I feel you. Speaking of like comedians that stand up, after, did you see Pete Davidson's stand up recently?
Mm-mm. I'll be out the loop, bro.
I'll tell you. So after all the rants with Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? Pete Davidson, now he did a stand up for Netflix, and he's like throwing Kanye in the jokes. and all that. You know, he said something. You ever seen Miss Doubtfire?
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yo, what if one day Kanye just pulls up like Miss Doubtfire in the house? Like, you know how he dressed as a woman and all that, and just the thing. Who was it? Robin Williams, right? Robin Williams, to be next to his kids, he dressed up as a woman, as a nanny, to be next to his kids.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to make that comparison, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? If you're Kanye, what's going through your mind? What are you thinking when you see it, like, now this is I'm the butt of Pete Davidson's jokes?
I mean, it is what it is, bro. You made your shit fucking public, so you know you opened yourself up for that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think he should feel any type of way.
Word? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, my wife, like, I feel like, but then again, that's not his wife anymore, I guess.
Right, but you made it public though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you made it public, so now. You know what I'm saying? It's open. That's public domain now. You feel me? Anybody could say whatever they want to say. Anybody could take that and do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't want that, then maybe you shouldn't have made it public.
Yeah, but I'm sure people would have seen, like, Pete walking.
Yeah, but the more you make it, if you know, he made it. He amplified it.
That's
you know
true,
what I'm saying?
and he made the tension between him
right.
and Pete.
He made it more. You know.
Yeah, because Pete probably wouldn't even had made jokes about it if it was like yo, I'm just dating her now. This has nothing. It's no ill will towards you. This is just who I'm seeing now. But Kanye doing all that made it like, yo, now he gonna throw him in the
Yeah,
jokes.
you did that. I don't think he probably. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have never said that if he ain't, you know, initiate the initiate it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you.
You opened yourself up for that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a fact. You know, I seen that you cool with CMAC. You know what I mean?
CMAC, great.
Word.
Yo, well, shout out to CMAC.
Fact. I seen y'all did the Mac Eats episode together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How was that working with him, and what's his energy like?
CMAC is, I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Other people, you know, there's people that feel whatever they feel towards him. You know what I mean? But I fuck with him. I feel like you know, messing with him is like he's just entertaining as fuck, man. Just like, you know what I mean? He has this way about you know how he is that is just like, you know, people fuck with. You know what I mean? It's funny, you know what I'm saying? And it's different, and you know, people gravitate towards it. So I really look at him like that, like an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? But he still be, you know, he gang banging and shit. He active. Yeah. But I look at him more towards like as an entertainer.
Got you. I heard you. I think you called Lupe or CMAC when I guess they were going through their little issue or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't know if he said it. I think somebody asked him and he was like, China Mac called and was like, yo, we need a patent that or something like that. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause CMAC, you know, CMAC, he a good dude, man, but he definitely has like, you know, he has certain type of issues, you know what I'm saying? Certain type of things that, you know, I guess he would lead with like damn, somebody's trying to like, you know, like trust issues, right? Like he'll lead with that, like, oh, he won't really think too into it. He'll just be like, oh, you did that, so you're trying to take advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? I think that has to do with something that he went through in his foundational setting. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, and you know, he just thinks that people are out to get him a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And he won't really like analyze the situation. He'll just run with it. You know what I mean? So I think that when she reached out to me, she invited me, or I invited her to breakfast, like, yo, pull up, let's go have breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Just to like, you know, just to link and shit, just to, you know, and he saw that like she was trying to like take his connects and shit, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, but you know, he really didn't do much more research. Like he didn't really think it out too much. He just jumped on it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. You know, you saying like you're cool with them. What did you think when you seen them put the video out like of the DP and all that?
I thought that. I mean, I thought he handled what he had to handle. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to talk too much about that.
Gotcha.
That his situation and shit.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was the life that he chose to be in, and
So
I felt like he handled what he had to handle. Whether that's just their rules and regulations. So I felt like he handled that like a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you was in I know you said you was like in Ghost Shadows. Did they do something similar to that, like DPs or any form of like disciplinary? Or,
yeah, definitely. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. In that time, if somebody recorded it, what do you think? How would that play out?
Yeah, I mean, the gang that I was in, they didn't even take pictures. Like that's why
Wow.
I don't even have no pictures of, that time. And I wish I would have had some pictures. You know what I'm saying? Videos and shit. Gangsters wasn't allowed to take pictures back then. Like my time. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't take pictures. We not doing no videos. We not doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did you see the whole Perkio situation with 6ix9ine?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I mean, I felt like they was taking advantage of the kid. You feel me?
Likewise.
They definitely was trying to take advantage of him, and that just goes to show like this dude is a fucking. You know what I'm saying? He's a real creep, bro. He's a real like he moves like a rat. You know what I'm saying? Like not even like him snitching, but he just moves like real slithery and real like crawling under shit and fucking like that's just how he moves. That's just how he is as a person. That shit won't ever change. That's him. You know what I mean? And he just moves real like a rodent. You know what I'm saying? Like he got rodent vibes. You know what I'm saying?
If you're in Derk's shoes, would you like accept Perkio's apology?
I would, because the kid didn't know no better. He's a kid, you know what I'm saying? He's a kid. He's scared. You could tell he's scared.
He
you know
looked very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he was scared. You know what I'm saying? Like he never been in that position. You can't expect for him to like to know how to move in that situation. They fucking like they surprised him with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. Listen, man. What's next for China Mac? I know you're doing Mac Eats. I know you said you just dropped the part 1 with AD.
Mm-hmm.
What's next for you?
I'm gonna keep on running up the Mac Eats. I haven't been doing the music, but I'm gonna get back on the music, and I'm working on a movie about my life.
I seen Charlamagne say something about that.
Yeah.
Did he know y'all was working on it before saying that, or was that kind of curated after he spoke on it?
Yeah, I already knew I was gonna have a movie about my life since I was like 17. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause at that point I've been through so much, and I was like, yo, there's gonna be a movie about my life. I always knew that. You know what I'm saying? And then I still know it. Like throughout my years in prison, when I came home, I always knew there was gonna be my shit was a movie. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, I just like affirmed it. But I knew it was gonna happen soon. I knew it was gonna happen, and it's gonna happen. This shit's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. This movie gonna be nuts.
How true to your life story is it gonna be?
It's gonna be really true.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Really true. I have control of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna make sure that it's true.
Will you be acting in it as well? Or?
Yeah, I won't be, because it's gonna be like, me as a young my growing up. So I can't be acting that, but I'm gonna have a piece in it, definitely.
Got you. Netflix, YouTube. Where could the people find it?
Oh, definitely not YouTube. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be somewhere. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna be Netflix. I don't know if it's gonna be wherever, but it's gonna be somewhere big. Facts.
So we got Mac Eats, more
music, movie, and I'm just grinding it out. Whatever comes my way. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. When could the people expect the movie?
I don't know. We working on it right now. We
Okay.
we writing it. It's in the writing stages, but like, you know, like further in the writing stages, and then after we to get that done, then we gonna get the budget to shoot this shit, and
Gotcha.
you know it's gonna be it's not gonna be no YouTube, no
Yeah.
you know, independent shit. This is gonna be some big shit. The way that my story is, it's never been seen, it's never been told. You know what I'm saying? Like just what I went through as a kid. You know what I mean? Like the whole Asian gang shit,
Yeah.
Chinese gang shit, and then my story coming up in the system, and you know, hip hop and how it influenced my life. And it's just never really been told in this way. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna I feel like it's gonna really like, it's really gonna stamp my legacy that I leave, you know, in this world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's gonna do great things.
Wow.
Facts.
Yeah, like you said, I definitely don't feel like I've heard that story before. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
nobody, and yeah, like the way my shit is, like, you know, it's gonna put my people, Asian people, in a good light. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely gonna open that up. You feel me? And more importantly, I feel like it's gonna bridge. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna bridge. It's gonna see how we're kind of similar, more similar than divided. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and that's what I'm all about.
Yeah, that's what's up. Listen, man, China Mac, I appreciate you for
Yes, sir.
coming down here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to do this for a while. I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's the first of many, you heard?
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
We locked in.